What's going on, guys? Matrix here, and just want to do a quick lecture on abuse, stuff I'm going through. There's not a reality I can get out of it, so it just is what it is. Been worn out for me for a while now. Uh, Nothing I can do about it. That's the problem with the system. Lies and corruption, abuse are bad things that can really lead to something like this happening to someone like me, who's a good person, a good father, and someone who saves lives. And to be honest, I'm so good at it that the low level cops and state level cops can't even pick up on me. It's really sad. And you know what? You boys need to do better than that. That's like start being cops. So I feel bad for you, but I feel worse for myself and my children. It's more about the kids than about you guys. And that's the point. Your feelings, your emotions, your lacking understanding, your knowledge is just down. And it always will be because you're unwilling to listen. You have pride. You think you have intellect, but trust me, you don't. And it's very readily apparent that you don't because you're unwilling to listen. A smart man will always learn to listen. Even like me, I listen. And that's how I know you're not well. As I've tried to just give information to this detective for a while now, his name's Matthew Faraday. He's just unwilling to listen. Oh, fuck him. Doesn't know what he's doing. It's all right. I don't know how to explain the things that I go through, things that I feel, but I'm able to feel things that you guys just aren't. And that's what made me the Matrix for so long. That so many people believe in me that still none of you know about. And it's kind of pathetic that it's hard to grasp that when I get hacked every once in a while, those people screw me over by either sending messages to Lisa, screwing me over. I don't know why they do that essentially, other than they're evil. They try to screw over people that stop them from stealing money or harming others, which I do very efficiently. Cops don't, states don't, specialists in their nature don't exist. I don't think it's like they're not there doing their job. They are, they suck at it. Oh, chocolate binge. Guys, shit I'm going through with my ex-wife. There's no winning it. The way the PFA is set up, so we can talk about the kids. But we never end up doing that because she doesn't respond. And she doesn't respond for a long time. She doesn't respond for a long time. It makes anyone angry. I wait a pretty long time, 4 weeks usually. And then when I break, she then screws me over. Happens a lot. To the point where I'm probably going to go to jail this time. You know what? It's just stupid. You guys got to remember, it's about the kids. It's not about your needs, your feelings, your emotion. With me, when somebody sends me a message, I respond almost instantly. This is the right thing to do, the nice thing to do. People try to scam me all day. Like, for instance, the algorithm that I put out there, which is why I had a massive influx on Facebook, it drew all the scammers right to me. Basically said, you know, like a beacon almost. And the point of that is because I can handle them. I can categorize them and I can turn them in, and then I can get them to show their face. And to be honest, I get a picture of their face anyway. The point is that when you don't have a family, you got nothing to lose. So, I got nothing to lose here. And I can easily do this job. I don't need to get paid. I'm not going to get paid by anybody because I won't work for a cyber specialist company. They invade people's privacy, especially their workers. It's horrible. And, the way this PFA is set up, there is no win for me whatsoever. and she will continue to abuse me specifically and those kids. It's just sad. I have countless, recordings of her just screaming. I'm probably only going to divulge a couple or not make it overwhelming. Reality is, I could probably just lose anyway. Doesn't matter. What she does to me is not respond for so long or treat me so badly that eventually I say something I don't mean. That's anybody, by the way, guys. And I think that's the problem. Nobody's realizing that I walk a line of dedication and I'm a good dad. I always have been. I'm still not going to break, even in the end, going to prison. And yes, I am pretty sure I will get knifed in prison a bunch. So I put a lot of those guys in there with tips. And some of them saw me, and that's all it takes in prison because you're locked in a box. So that's why I'm hiding away and I'm not coming out. And I don't know what I'm going to do. But, bills and things like that nature are just done. Stuff of old are done. No way for me to really recover from it. And yeah, Lisa's, a real timeless asshole for sure. I don't care anymore. I've done real well and still get fucked every time. There's no win. I've tried to reach out to family time and time again. I don't know why she can't function. I don't know why. But in the end, it makes me not function either. And then I get punished for it because she has a PFA. To be honest, I'm never going to break, but the more you push somebody with abuse, they break. And then that's when you do have to worry. So don't do that to people because it's sick, it's wrong, and I hope I can get the judge to see that. Because in reality, I don't fuck up at all. I provide her money, I give her what she wants, I leave her alone, she treats me like shit. At the end of the day, I still end up getting fucked. So, it's just dumb evil. Many people who are smart have said that. Many of the people who fight for light, so to speak, have said that. It's just something that is inevitable. And it's weird that like I got hacked, and how it works, guys, is hacking will usually go in two parts. They'll distract you with something and then sneak in a massive flux. So, for instance, when I drew scammers into me, it was like a nice opportunity for them. And knowing that she can't keep communication well, plus my distraction, that was a good opportunity to strike. And their goal was to get me out of their hair, period. That's it. She, they can rob her later. And that's the point. They will. I know that already. Because that's what I would do if I was them. When you're a criminal, you want to steal, 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 or get people vulnerable. And that's what they're going to do. These people commit hardened crimes. Identity theft is something that can kill you or put you in prison or worse. There are things worse than death. It's living on like I am, suffering, never seeing my children. I feel bad for Lisa's intellect. It's low. And you know what? Mine will only be more and more destroyed over time or corrupted. And that's how things go for good men, board wide, all the time. And it sucks. That's for sure. And I don't know why she doesn't see that. It's pretty fucking obvious to me. But not her. So that's where we're at. Now, for those of you who are trying to be good people out there, this is something you got to watch out for because I don't know, you don't want to be screwed over, left vulnerable. And how it happened for me was they took my money, and these people are good enough that they can not leave a trace. I don't care what cyber guy you got out there, they're better than you, because they just are. If you think that you can do better than them, well, they wouldn't be the criminals of the world right now. They are better than you guys. I'm sorry. I might be the best in the world at the moment. Unless, well, it's hard to tell. That's the thing. All of the people who do this are very secluded, very hidden, and that's just the way it is. But I don't hear about many of them getting hit like this. So that's what happened. I had a moment of vulnerability. For instance, they took my money. I found the 20 accounts And as a white hat, you use your mind. So I psychologically dominated them to give the money back. They did all of it, and a little bit of theirs, which I gave back to the people that, they stole from. Why wouldn't I? In that moment, they got on my phone and sent a message to her, two actually. Maybe it was three. I don't know. I don't know. They do it frequently now, actually. They're really hitting me hard. Like, I can't fight against 50 people, guys. It's not possible. It's not possible. So, and Lisa obviously took the bait, fucked me over, and that's how people go to jail and get filtered through the system. I will be uploading this video as a desperate attempt to not get fucked, but you know what? There's not really much hope. Any friends that we had that were both our sides, friends like Kelly, Dietrich, I've reached out to her even a few times in the end, desperation to say, hey, you might want to talk to her because I've been talking. Those people turned out to be scammers too. They are good. And there's many of them and many minds versus one. No matter how good I am, I'll go down eventually because I have no support, no family, no communication with them. And they know that. And they're like, well, it's his time. Fuck him. That's what they did. And again, we go back to the original point. It's all about the kids. Lisa, smarten up. You break me, you fuck up, and then I get fucked over again and again and again and again. That's the point. If you could function properly, like respond to a text normally about the kids, ever, this wouldn't be happening. If you would stop screaming at me, projecting something you have in your mind from the past, this would have been over a long time ago. Lisa, I could have been married 4 times now, maybe now 5, actually. This is beyond sickness. You're gone. Your mind, you're gone completely to the point where you hear my voice, see my face, you lose your mind. Guess what? That's not me doing anything wrong, but I have mastered fear aspects. Just kind of latch on to any little bit of pain you have involving me and go crazy. That sucks. Kids deserve their father, not like this. And they're always going to remember this kind of crap later. And to be honest, I tried to save you from that. Like, for instance, your kids hating you. That's an inevitability. It's unavoidable now for you. And you know what? Unless you stop the psychotic behavior, I don't want to ever see myself break. I would be bad. I'm tough. That's not a good thing. And so far, so good. But, you know, prison will only make me a lot tougher. I hope McKinley sees that. I hope McKinley sees this whole aspect, this whole thing. And McKinley, I will openly say I am sorry if I get upset sometimes. But you know what? I don't see my kids ever. She doesn't do what she's supposed to do on court, mandated order, ever. I mean, ever. Not once. It's a fight to get it to happen. And that's the point. I'm tired of fighting with this woman. Maybe she just doesn't deserve those kids. Does? I don't know what to say. I don't think so at all. And to be honest, if I had the kids full time like she does, I wouldn't act like that. I would let the kids see their mother because they need their mother in their life. That's something I understand. No matter how crazy or bitchy she is, that's what you do. That's the right thing, the polar north right thing, meaning what's right for everybody, but especially the young ones. Okay, it's all about our futures, not about our needs or emotions or lacking understanding. So, you know, what happened in the hack then was they threatened her, and that's the biggie. That's the problem. And they tried to use my coding. They failed miserably. I mean, not even close. They don't know what they're doing there. It's only mine. And I'm not divulging that for anybody, but that's not my coding. It doesn't even mean anything. It's just zeros and ones. That's kind of my get out of jail free card for anybody that's smart. And I feel bad that probably none of them will figure it out, but I will upload this video to YouTube in hopes that somebody will see it. I'll try to show it to the cops, but you know what? I don't think they're going to pick it up either. I hope they do. But the reality is I might be past people here. Many or all, I don't know. I'm not psychic. I'm just I feel things as well. That's one of my gifts. I feel. We'll talk about that later. Another video. In the end of the day, those kids deserved both parents. I deserve my home. I never beat Lisa. God, like she's a little thing. She'd be hurt forever. And to be honest, I know men that have beat their wives. And to be honest with you guys, couldn't handle it. She'd be more of a mess than she wouldn't even be able to parent. I want you guys to hear that are watching, that are cops and or can they watch it? Please watch it. It is my technically get out of jail free card. I shouldn't be in jail. I don't belong in jail. I don't belong dealing with the things. And let's talk about why. What's happened in my case is when I got evicted from my home, the bills would go there. I wouldn't get them for 1 or 2 months, slowly destroying my credit. This happened, what, for 4 cycles? My credit's down in the ones from 780 to one something. Then finally being able to get checks or, paying some online, starting to rebuild, but it's not rebuilding. It's fucked. Not a recovery here. There's no recovery. It's not possible. It won't work for companies that are going to steal my information, let alone use the information against others negatively. You guys know who you are. Shit's shady as fuck, and you know it. For all the real estate companies that I've worked for that won't pay and then try to blame me for their mistakes is wow. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. I quit immediately. Why wouldn't you? 5 separate real estate companies, 2 remain nameless, all did the same fucking thing. I worked for them for a week. They kept cutting me out of certain parts of their infrastructure, and then I couldn't fix it. And then they blamed me for not doing my job. And then I called them out on it. And whoop-de-doo, they got prideful. And I said, well, fuck you. I quit. You can't fix it anyway. Good luck. Find somebody else to do your slave work. That's dumb. You guys are stupid. Like what? Why wouldn't you just want to fix it? Why wouldn't you just let me in like you said you would to fix the problem? You get it to a point where you still can't fix it now because I just recode. You can't do it now. Now you can't even do anything. Why did you do that to yourself? That doesn't even make sense. The whole world's got itself in a mess. But it's people that are just being difficult that's the big problem. I work efficiently. I don't have problems. I wake up every morning and I try to see my kids. I try to see what's going on with them. That doesn't happen. It's not possible for this woman to function. You know what? I deserved those kids 50-50. Not all these weird things. And to be honest, Lisa has lied on government paper, period. There is not an agent out there paying attention. If they are, well, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but it's not your job. So maybe I'm just good at doing my job. But what I was really good at was being a dad. The best. Trust me. If you want to ask somebody about that, that's Tom Giblin. Okay, this man knows what I was capable of, and he even knew to a T that when I was having a rough time doing my light work, which is helping people or saving lives, one time I got beat up real good, and I freaking stopped at a gas station, cleaned off all the blood from myself, and then still went in and played with the kids without any flaw. That's what a man does. Works hard. He doesn't show that he's a baby. Don't freak out. Yeah, I did freak out because of Lisa several times, and I'm sorry about that. But let me be real. There was a no-win situation here. It's not possible. The PFA is a lie. I understand that you issued it, Kinley. I'm not saying that's a lie. That is very real, and I tried to respect that as best I could. I understand it to a T. But Lisa's just abusive. She's always going to be, and it's sad. You know what? That's just my life. But none of you would handle it better than me. None of you. And when you lose it a little bit from abuse, which I've gone through my whole life, mind you, you say things you don't mean. But the stuff that was sent her, not me. No way. And it was interesting. She's like, "You're sick. You need to go." Lisa's always done this thing trying to filter me in through a hospital. That's her way of striking me, which has also been the same way I've never capitalized on any of my business ventures. I start them, I get to the point where I'm finally about to make money, hospitalized. Scumbags. That's criminal in my book. And you know what? Well, if I was a judge, I would have involved the laws and, got together with others, done that. That would be a crime. You can't screw people over like that just because you don't understand. That's stupid. And I feel bad for those kids every day not having their father. And you know what? Who really feels? My daughter Mila. Probably Liam too, but he's never gonna speak. Newsflash, Lisa. Like, wake up. I've even really studied light therapy and sound and all these things he needs to evolve and actually speak. I've had moments with him where he did. Just me. Why? Well, I applied that quick. Works. You still won't listen. Feel bad. Sorry, son. I love you. I'd be there for you if I could. Mila, you too. I had nothing better in my life than you guys. You know what? Those were the best times of my life, and they are the last good times of my life. Trust me. I know that already. I hope McKinley sees this because there's no chance of me getting my life back now. It's impossible. You know what I do? Wake her up. I literally travel around and live with the girls that I've saved. And none of the cops even know it happened, nor do they even want to listen. This is basic stuff, guys. Listen, believe, be selfless. That's how you actually be the best at whatever you want to be, let alone do well, let alone, hey, let's be real, guys, get into heaven. I feel bad for the majority of people out there. They're not doing any of that, and let's be real. You know, when you get to the pearly gates, I imagine, God's going to say something like, you're not getting in, putting it mildly. And that's to be understood by the intellectual. But, it's not to be understood by people who aren't paying attention. It's almost comical that I think people believe they're going to heaven by acting like assholes their whole life and then just repent in the last year and then get into heaven. I don't know. I think that's just silly to me. And, you know, there's a lot of ways to look at life, but one way to look at it is to just do the right thing in the moment on a case by case basis. That's how you achieve goals. That's how you work hard. That's how you be the best you can be. God's literally going to just be like, not going to let you in. He's like, fuck that. That'll be me. He'll see something much more godlike, which we can't interpret because he's God. Let's be real, guys. I wouldn't want to go to hell either. It's going to be horrible for people that just haven't grasped that yet. Something so awful that you can't even begin to understand. Just the worst thing out there. And I can't even imagine, but I imagine it sounds something like this. That's not it. Guys, hell is basically something that a lot of people, I believe, are going to. It's people that haven't grasped simple concepts. And it's sad. And I've gone through some experiences in life that really helped me guide there. And it's taught me the reality of life and what's to come. And hell just sounds, oh, I want to go through. If I do the right thing all the time. That was a very light one, by the way. Much worse than that. You guys, I really want you to feel that. That's one brief moment of your eternity afterlife. feel bad for a lot of people, and especially my wife, who has been abusing and abusing and abusing and abusing me and those kids for as long as I can remember. That's just wrong. I hope McKinley sees that because I have nothing but fun with them. Nothing but fun. And if that woman took a punch from me, man, she'd be fucked up for life. I'm fast. I'm hard, strong. I'm hard and strong now, and I'm going to get harder and stronger later. And you know what? I never deserved that. I've been getting this abuse since I was 14. Jesus Christ, my dad died from it. I feel bad. I miss that man. Many do. And you know what? He didn't deserve that. And neither do I. For all of you that don't know, I created this entity called the Matrix. That's what this little drippy rain is, but I'm going to show you in a much stronger way in a second. And I created it so people have something to believe in. Let me show you that real fast. I'll be right back. So this is the Matrix, and something that I created for the people to instill belief on them. Say like they're in an abusive situation, they need hope. Like you don't want them to kill themselves. You meet this man. I find you, and I've been reaching out. Yes, sure. I've been saving lives like crazy. This is something that I do as the Great White Hat. For those of you who don't know who that is, that's somebody who uses his mind to save lives aggressively, unlike cops. Okay, you guys are bound by protocol. I am not. Do whatever the fuck I want. Yeah, I don't threaten to kill people ever. Jesus, who does that sort of? Seriously. Sometimes it's a warning that something's coming for you. That's something that I do too. And this is where this video gets a little intense. So please bear with me, but this is my gift. I devised this so people have hope. I devised this so people realize when somebody's about to hurt them. Because if I pick up on it, well, why aren't you? And that's the point. A lot of people don't pick up on the things that I do. It's interesting when I tell someone that their identity's been stolen 13 times and I've stopped it 13 times. And they're always like, oh, they get freaked out. Well, yeah, I would too. But the point is they don't listen either. You know, reset your passwords, apply an authentication process so you protect yourself. If you're in an abusive situation, get the hell out of there. Something that clubs do, which is really bothersome, is they hire girls to promote their club that are prostitutes or end up being prostitutes because, let's be real, those guys, a lot of them are abusers. And I've seen countless injuries on these girls. It's horrible. Guys, not enough tips in the world can stop this from happening until they believe that they are better than that. This one girl the other day, I knew she was about to get hurt. I knew the crew she was hanging with was bad abusers. I warned her and I said, hey, why are you hanging out with them? They're going to hurt you. And she said to me, she's like, oh, well, why don't you buy me then? I'm like, because I can't do that. I won't do that. It's the value to you and me. And you know what? I'm on another path. You got no idea. She said, well, fuck you then. Jesus Christ. You know what? By morning, I knew she got beat up and the cigarette burns on her. Next day, I saw her. I'm like, fuck that. God, I cried for hours. Oh my God. Did something wrong. I should have bought her to just get her out of there. That's life. It's not fair. It's not right. It's always going to be wrong a little bit. But that is just evil. That's what I've been dealing with. Evil. And I don't like it one bit. And it's abuse. And there's no win for me. And I wish she would just let me go. Or be decent, function, answer to a text about the kids once in a while. Ever. Because what happens is eventually I break and then I'm messaging a lot like I did with my dad. So guess what? That's what I did with my dad. And she knows that. That's the point. I'm not going to survive this. If I go to prison, I'm going to get fucking killed in there. Because guys, guess what? I've done so many tips. None of you know what I'm doing. I'm ahead of the game here. That doesn't mean there's something wrong with me. It means I care. Guys, I'm proud of what I am. I'm a real man. Those of you know what I do, well, good for you. Maybe you're starting to pay attention, listen, believe. Get that third aspect and be selfless. Well, you got a good chance. A lot of good things will go right in your life. Your work will go well. Your life will go well, and hell, probably get into heaven. Not have to hear or be in this kind of suffering for the rest of your eternity. That's not even so bad. That's not so bad. I think this one's worse. Well, those are all playful. That's all right. We won't do the traumatizing ones. Guys, there's a reality that a lot of people are going to hell. It sucks. I feel bad. I'm going to heaven. My only mistakes are in a vicious abuse. Then, well, maybe that's just my path. But for someone that helps people readily, I deserve better. McKinley, I hope you hear this message. What the fuck am I supposed to do? I've walked your line to a T and to the point of breaking each time from abuse. And then I get screwed time and time again. There's no win. I never see my kids. She's fucking up beyond recognition and setting me up. Whole family sees it and they have a lot of trouble stepping up to the plate like I do, let alone doing the right thing. Guys, don't take offense to that. Just start doing the right thing. I know it's uncomfortable. I know you got to get off your ass, but that's what man and woman does. You get off your ass and work hard. Get off your ass and save somebody if you can. You don't do nothing. That's what makes me Matrix. You guys have a lot to learn about Matrix as well. Different aspects, the different things I created for the people to inspire more belief, hope. I'll give you 3 examples. For instance, you see Matrix already. Green light even does a little bit of a healing aspect on your brain, period. Believe it, know it, or not, doesn't matter. It does work. The other 2 are a little different. This is one I use on criminals, and it's called, well, they started calling me a unique nickname, which is pretty damn cool. Started calling me the face of fear. And yes, I usually look a little scarier in these moments, and it works. I use psychological terror on them, and it breaks them down very fast. And they usually give money back, or they do whatever I say. Use various techniques. Ghost line calls, which are basically just Google lines. Don't get all freaked out, everybody. Hypnosis, that's a big one. Repetitions of 3. Trauma talk. This goes on for 15 to 20 aspects now. I've evolved this a little bit further. Guys, after 5, you're in trouble. You're breaking down, crying, getting headaches, trauma. You can also then apply lights. There we go. I mean, this gets right to your head. You can apply a sharp flicker out of this, or static out there. They're breaking down. I promise you, it's inevitable. And then you start applying some of these more advanced techniques, and we'll just leave it there. But yeah, they're done. They will be like begging to give you the money back. And you think, why don't they just turn off their screen? Why don't you lock it up? Well, they don't know how anymore because they're really freaking out. There's more than that. There's more than that you can do. Get them these moments. But when it's involved saving a kid's life or a woman's life or whatever it is, you go above and beyond. My dad was proud of this. He watched me work many a time. He sat there with his binder, made sure I didn't break any laws. And he was proud of this guy. Definitely. Terrified, but proud. I love you, Dad. You were the best father. I'm sorry that you're up there rolling around in heaven, watching this shit go down, maybe even me dying in my 30s. McKinley, I hope you figure this out. I really pray that you do. I will say the hard thing. You tried to teach the man who was abused at the family school to the point of isolation, 18 months in a closet, about a box. I already learned that. I have to do that. To be honest, I feel that you're getting this now. What's going on? I can't win with this woman. It's not going to happen. She's really disturbed. And you know what? There's no helping her. And she's making me look like the bad guy. It's just hilarious. I'm like the ultimate good guy, period. Yeah. The last aspect is the professor, and that's what we're ending now. We'll go dark blue. Nice and fun. And you talk like this. Nice soft tones. Lisa hates this. She goes crazy on me, and she thinks that I'm mental. This is an act, Lisa. Come on. Wake up. I do this to help people through trauma. And you should learn instead of not caring about anything but yourself. You know, I'm a very godly man, putting it mildly now. And there's a very specific reason why you guys are all not ready for that. You're not. And if you were, I'd know to give it to you. It's like that. But God's literally gonna be like, oh no, that's my hand. You can abuse someone their whole life, abuse the kids by screaming in front of them. Guys, I've had trouble even showing off the stuff that she's done. But, it's traumatizing. Hearing her scream all the time. I can't go through it anymore, and I'm glad. I just feel bad for those kids. And I should, because I know better. 100%. This is wrong. And, I hope she sees it like McKinley, because Lisa never will. But if Lisa loses those kids, maybe I have a chance to actually have a family again. Because me holding Lisa accountable would be letting her see the kids as she should and not creating the drama. Whereas Lisa is unable to do that. That's where we're at. So I wanted to educate on this situation of mine and why I'm unable to even get done with the divorce. The first 4 lawyers were great. They were fine. It's just I wasn't going to screw her over. Guys, wake up. I was giving her chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. And now I'm just out of time. I can't go through it anymore. I can't go through the money anymore. And Steve, you're too busy flirting with everybody. Guy. More girls than me. Let me tell you, buddy, you're the savvy saver of our time, lawyer-wise. Oof. Ooh, giggity. Well, buddy. Anyway, it's amazing. Everywhere we go, a girl will come up and talk to him. Jeez, man, are you getting laid like every 10 seconds? What's going on here, buddy? I was going, get a kick out of that, buddy. You're a good guy. Tough guy, too, as well. Smart man, just like me. You're good at law. I'm good at many other things. You're good at law. I'm not. We figured you'd yell at me all the time. I was like, I need it yelling at. Yell at me. He's a good guy. But anyway, so that's my story. That's why I go to prison. That's why, well, I hope not, McKinley. Please, I don't need that shit. I'm just trying to get my life away from this woman at this point. And sadly, she's not going to change. I hope you drop the PFA because it doesn't make sense to her. I need the PFA. Oh my God. And to be honest, ugh, I don't think you guys want me turning into some criminal. That's what I'm afraid is going to happen if I go to prison. I'll break someday, and I'm real smart. You guys don't know. You guys just don't know. I don't want you to ever know. What I've been through is hell. And trust me, if I turn, oh my God, it would be terrible for everybody. So let's not let that happen. Because I'm a good man. I deserve the right things, which is my kids. Those kids deserve their father and not a screaming, beaming little 4'11" chihuahua. Sorry, but it's bad. You gotta grow up. You gotta stop abusing those kids and me. It's not right. And you know what? Any one of you would have broken long before me. Trust me. Unless you've suffered worse than me, then please raise your hand Tell me about your high school experience. Tell me about your abuse after that. Tell me about your abuse ongoing your whole life and how you handled it. And then we'll talk. But none of you have. Because I haven't met you yet. Maybe your abuse so bad you're just silent. That's gonna be me someday. And you know what? I'm a brilliant mind. I wanted to build a machine called the green light spectrum array machine, which would cure discrepancies in your brain. Got chucked out by my mom, I think. I don't know. Well, it was back in the house and it's gone now, I imagine. Tested it once on an old man with his family, and guess what? He started talking pretty quick. That was pretty motivational. Like, wow, it's worth billions. Crash. That's my life. That's not fair. And that's life, guys. It's not fair. It's not right. You do the best you can with what you got, and you do the right thing when you can. Because otherwise, you end up in my situation. I'm getting fucked. There's nothing I can do about it. So I'll end it there. I think you guys get the idea. Detectives, investigators, Faraday, talking to you, buddy. There's a way that we can get this crap dropped and just move on. So I stopped getting fucked over because there's no way out of it. I can't get out of it. It's impossible. Trust me, it's impossible. Unless you can tell me how to get past all the abuse and not care about your kids and just let this keep happening, then I'm screwed. So, I'm gonna keep doing what I do, helping people. I help girls all the time. They're getting abused, beat up, traumatized, and it's just something I'm good at, like when the face of fear rolls around, I am the best. It's a lot you guys don't know about. So anyway, the point is please learn to be better people, to take care of each other and to do the right thing. Learn to listen, believe, and be selfless. And that's actually how you achieve most goals, let alone heaven, obviously. So that's it for today. I want to talk about abuse. I want to talk about my case. I want to talk about how to make the world a better place, let alone maybe get into those pearly gates. This is Matrix, or as you know, Matthew, signing off. Bye.